What if the person who made you feel truly alive was the last one you were ever supposed to love? What if your heart betrayed your vows, and the one who caught it was your husband's own brother? This isn't a fantasy. It's my reality. Stay until the end because the truth will leave you breathless. This is not just a confession. It's a story of guilt, temptation, heartbreak, and the kind of love that no one saw coming. My name is Emily and I was married to a good man. His name is Daniel. Kind, loyal, safe. We were together for nearly a decade. But sometimes love isn't enough. Sometimes comfort can feel like a cage. And sometimes the person who sees you, the real you, is someone you should never, ever touch. His name is Jack. Daniel's older brother. The black sheep of the family. Unpredictable. Wild. And the only man who ever looked at me like I was more than just someone's wife. When I chose Comfort Daniel and I met in college. He studied finance, I studied literature. He had his future mapped out. I admired his ambition, his discipline, his loyalty. He was everything my parents wanted for me. Everything society said I should want. And for years I convinced myself that I did. We married at 25, moved into a modest townhouse and started planning a future. Daniel worked late. I started freelance writing. Our lives were stable, predictable, and somewhere along the way the fire faded. The laughter softened. The silence grew. Enter Jack. Jack was the opposite of Daniel in every possible way. Tattooed, messy, emotionally raw. He traveled, wrote music, and didn't care about what anyone thought. He came back to town for a family emergency, their father's heart attack. I hadn't seen him in 3 years. The first time we locked eyes again, something shifted in the air. He hugged me, held on a little too long. His hands were rough. His scent unfamiliar. And when he whispered, "Still married to the suit, huh?" I laughed, and hated how much it excited me. Late nights and lingering looks. Jack stayed with us for a while, helping Daniel with hospital visits and family paperwork. At night we'd sit on the porch after Daniel went to bed. We talked. About books. About music. About dreams we never chased. He made me feel seen, alive, desired. One night he said, "You used to smile more." "I used to feel more," I replied. He didn't say anything. Just looked at me. That look, it stripped me bare. The first mistake had happened on a stormy night. Daniel was working late. Jack and I were sharing a bottle of wine, laughing over old songs. Then came the silence. The electricity between us crackled louder than the thunder outside. He touched my hand. I didn't pull away. His lips met mine, soft at first, then urgent. We stopped. We shouldn't have. But the guilt came too late. I told myself it was just a kiss. Just one mistake. But desire doesn't dissolve in shame. It festers. The affair begins. It didn't stop at that kiss. Days turned into weeks. Jack and I found moments. In the garage, the guest room, his car. Each time was electric. Terrifying. Addictive. I was two people. The loyal wife who made dinner and kissed her husband goodnight. And the woman who burned for the wrong man. I knew I was destroying something sacred. But I couldn't stop. We'd sneak away during family gatherings. Make excuses for long drives. He'd write me little notes and leave them in places only I'd find. Under my pillow, inside my book, in the fridge. Each message stoked the fire. The guilt Daniel noticed. He became quieter, more withdrawn. He asked if I was okay. I lied. Again and again. I hated myself. I'd lie in bed next to him, my heart racing from the night before. I started avoiding Jack, but he never pressured me. One night I broke down in Jack's arms. "This is wrong," I sobbed. "But it feels right," he whispered. And that was the problem. Torn between two worlds, there was a moment I'll never forget. I was cooking dinner. Daniel walked in, kissed me on the forehead and said, "Thank you for sticking with me through everything." He didn't know I had just come back from seeing Jack. The shame was unbearable. I started journaling, pages filled with confusion, fear, love, and rage. I wanted to confess. I wanted to run away. I wanted to rewind time. But life doesn't give you a reset button. The confession: it couldn't last forever. Daniel found a message on my phone. A photo. Not explicit but intimate enough. He didn't yell. He didn't cry. He just looked at me and said, "It's Jack, isn't it?" I nodded. He packed a bag and left. Just like that. Shattered trust. One didn't chase after him. I stood in the silence of our home, surrounded by the ruins of everything I had built. Friends judged me. Some cut me off. My family was torn. Jack became public enemy number one. But none of it compared to the ache of knowing I had broken a man who never deserved it. Jack's disappearance. Jack disappeared for a while. Said he couldn't handle the chaos. He needed space. I was alone. Those days were the darkest. I considered leaving town, starting over, changing my name. But I stayed. And faced the storm. The letter. A month later I received a letter. From Jack. He wrote, "I left because I didn't want you to choose between me and your life. But I've never loved anyone the way I love you. If you ever feel the same, come find me." I held that letter for days. Weeks. Then I bought a train ticket. Starting again. Jack lived in a small coastal town, working at a bar, playing music on weekends. When he saw me, he didn't smile right away. He just opened his arms. And I ran into them. We took things slow. We talked. Cried. Laughed. Fought. Life with Jack isn't perfect. It's messy, unpredictable, raw. But it's real. Healing and forgiveness. I reached out to Daniel. Asked for forgiveness. Not for what I had done, but for how I broke him. He didn't reply. Months later I received a message. "I hope you're happy. I'm trying to be too." That was enough. If this story moved you, leave a comment and tell us what you think. Love isn't always black and white. Sometimes it's painfully complicated. Have you ever faced a love that felt wrong but so right? Share your story. Like this video if you believe in second chances. Subscribe to Veiled Desires for more raw, real, and emotional stories every week. Because every heart has a secret. And sometimes it deserves to be heard.